these TV commercials and videos, but they don't know what the words mean. Often they will think the tone of voice is the language rather than the words. Those are the kids where you need to use hundreds and hundreds of flashcards. So they just start learning what the words mean. Another problem that you have with many of the labels is attention shifting slowness. Like I find, like if my cell phone goes off over there, then it takes me much longer to shift back. And I pray my cell phone doesn't go off. I forgot to turn it off. I just hope it doesn't go off. I have had that embarrassment. I hope I'm not going to have it tonight, so I'll run down and turn it off if it does. But attention shifting slowness. Okay, this picture really illustrates the problem of attention shifting slowness. It's work done by Ami Clint at Yale. And when they have you watching boring social movies, like Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf, I mean, a real sleeper. I'll just fall asleep on a plane with this. When the screens were broken on the plane and they had the day the Earth stood still, I found a seat with a screen that worked. Had to watch that one. Now, the normal person looks at the eyes. But yeah, so you look at the journal article, it just talks about the social thing. But you know what? There's two other things that show up in this slide. Look at how many times the yellow line looks back and forth compared to the red line. Attention shifting is much faster in the normal person. And the autistic's looking at the mouth because remember, they don't hear auditory detail. Auditory detail is different than auditory threshold. Another weird thing you've got here is that this line's tracking the top of the couch. That is definitely not normal. Another problem that some people have that are labeled autism, dyslexia, a bunch of other labels, learning problems, is they have problems with visual images breaking up. Now, I don't have this problem. Because people that have this problem are not going to draw photorealistic things because they can't see them. What's happening here is the same thing that happens when a person has a migraine. The image pixelates. I'm sure you've all experienced a TV in a hotel or maybe it's your home, and the wind's blowing and the satellite dish is shaking, and you get that pixelation of the image. Well, there's a problem in the brain that's sort of like that bad TV when it starts pixelating, or the computer that's jamming up. You're playing a YouTube video and it's pixelating and the image is stopping and jamming. Well, there's kind of a similar thing that happens in the visual system. Because back here in the back of the brain, you've got shape, color, motion, and texture circuits. Scientists know where they're located, but they have absolutely no idea how they work. But they have to work together to form images. Something is wrong with that system. It just didn't develop right. Also, people that have injuries on the back of the head. I talked to a college student where a hockey puck had hit him right here, and he also had this problem. Again, it's very variable. Some people with autism have this, others don't. Now, what's a sign that there's something wrong with the visual system? And remember, it's back inside here, it's not in the eyes. You go do an eye exam, it's probably normal. Now, these are the kids that do a lot of stuff around the eyes. A lot of eye stims. Oftentimes the kid's terrified of escalators because he can't tell how to get on and off. The biggie is fluorescent lights. They hate fluorescent lights because they can see the flicker. And the whole room's flickering on and off like a discotheque, driving them crazy. I had a dyslexic student that had this problem, and she just spaced out when she got into fluorescent lights. Another thing that can cause a problem, like in these big long airport concourses or big long corridors in some buildings, you've got a window strut about every 1.5 meters. There's a steel strut. Like when I got off the plane today, I came in on that little Jazz propeller plane. Oh man, I had to walk the entire length of the airport. I mean, I couldn't believe how far I had to walk. These corridors, and you're passing these window struts every 1.5 meters or so. Well, some people, when they walk past all those window struts, it makes like a stroboscopic effect. And the thing about some of these problems, they can be very, very debilitating. There is research to show that these things exist. I've just updated the way I see it. The reason why they've run out of the way I see it is it's just in the process of switching over the new edition. And I've got a lot of new stuff in there on medical stuff and on sensory stuff.